graduating, they do a yard sale, right? They try to get rid of their stuff. They sell it almost for nothing. So last week I bought one. I don't know, I paid 41. I bought this one for 40. The one that I bought last week for 40, I dropped it before and it's about 40. So I used it 2-3 days. And now I lost 40 bucks, right? It's nice. So it seems better. I bought a scissor for somebody who's in fashion design. Very nice. For 3 away. I bought a lamp, like a magic lamp. Yes. But yes, very nice. I don't have it. Okay. So, very good morning. So let's do the attendance first. So number 1, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Go. 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38, 40, 40. So here's a very few important notes. So this is our last class. Next class, which is in 2 weeks, right? So we're going to have our final exam, which is an oral test. So that will be week 17. Today is today we are here, right? So let's put it on. So today we are here, week 15, right? No class next week. So no class next week, and in week 17, which is June 24, you're going to have your final exam. Okay? Do you remember what it is you're trying to send? It's a presentation, right? Between 1 and 2 minutes about what? About what? Huh? Do you remember do you remember this break here? This one? Do you remember this break here? This is for your post review. Remember this? So you're going to be talking about your review, right? So that's your presentation about your review. I think I sent you a message, right? 2 days ago. So let's look at your E03. So I sent you a message with a link, right? And also this picture. Do you guys remember this picture? So here, for example, there's your oral test for the semester is a presentation. You have to, the presentation, you will have to prepare about the review. You wrote and shared in your post. So remember, you make a post, you're going to grade here. So now, the oral test is a presentation about your post. You're going to talk about your post between 1 and 2 minutes. And here's something, right? So pay attention to your gesture, volume, not reading, eye contact, pronunciation, overall, and random question. Okay? For example, if you come here and read your presentation, you're going to lose the points for reading. If you come here, don't do nothing. For example, with your eyes, you know that I'm talking to you, right? For example, I use my hands, right? So look in your eye and make a gesture, right? So it's good, right, to make a gesture because it draws the attention of the audience to me. So usually audience like that. So you're gonna, for example, if you're going to participate in a speech contest, if you're gonna give your speech like this, not making one gesture, that's not good, right? Making gesture. I'm going to talk about 3 points. The first point is, so see, I'm making a gesture. So make your speech much better, eye contact, no reading. So this is going to elevate your points. Alright? So any questions? If you do have questions later on, you can also send me a message. Okay? But that's the important thing that I want to remind you today. I know we didn't too many homeworks. I'm supposed to do 4, but I don't think I did. I think just 1, but that's okay. Alright, so today we're going to continue on chapter 3. I think we finished here in slide 17, right? So that's going to be exercise 3. Is that correct? Exercise 3, yes? Okay. Alright, so listen to Ruth and Claire talking about the relationships 1 year later. Which relationship is going to work out? Okay, this is our last class. I want to do something different. Is that okay? So I have a small movie, and then we can watch it for 10 minutes. And then we're going to discuss this movie. I think it was a really nice, small movie, okay? But I wanted you guys to pay attention because I would have some questions about, I wanted to hear your opinion. Do you want to do that? Because it's only 10 minutes, the movie maybe we can discuss for another 10 minutes. The rest of the class will go back here. But let's do this movie first. Is that okay? Alright. So let's answer this for a while.
I say to Colin that if my stocks are as bad as his swing, we're not talking a hole in one. We're talking a hole in two.
Okay, how can people communicate without words? Huh? Writing, yes. Is there any other way? Just writing. Huh? Writing is one way, yes. So writing, body language, yeah. So I have read more than 50% of our communication. But we only pay attention to what we say. For example, if we're going to say, for example, we see a movie, right? A short movie about a relationship, right? Let's say if I have a girlfriend and say, I love you, I love you, I'm so happy you're going to believe me. Like I said, I love you. I'm not even looking at you. Do you believe me? Really? Do you believe me? If I say I love you, not even look at you. Do you believe me? No, right? So our behavior, our body language tells much more than our words do, right? So we saw, for example, a movie here, 10 minutes, maybe they almost did not use words. They didn't speak anything about, right? So you hear the message from the parents, maybe the meeting, that's all. All the rest of the movie is about body language and written words, right? All right. So we can say gestures, emojis, body language, or signs. We can communicate with those things as well. So and that, for example, you watch a short movie we did already, right? No spoken dialogue, only visual communication. Pay attention to the characters, express feelings, and build a relationship. So after watching, share what you notice. So we're going to have a few questions, right? Notice about the characters and their emotions. Okay. So before we go to the other questions, what's the main message of this short movie? What do you think is the main message? There is no wrong or right answer, right? That's your opinion. What do you think is the main message of this short movie? Anyone? Come on, I want to be, okay, for example, I have a suggested answer, for example, but, okay, but what's the main message? What do you think is the main message? Huh? Anyone? What do you think is the main message? Okay, what do you think is the main message? What do you think is the main message? Huh? Now, yes, you don't know the person, but what do you think is the main message? Okay, I will tell you my opinion, right? You may agree or disagree. That's what I'm telling you. There's no right or wrong answers. In my opinion, is the message of the movie is that nobody wants to live alone. Is that, do you agree? For example, she was very depressed, but he was lonely, right? And she maybe, they focus on him more, right? Because they don't show too much of her. They show his life is very, I have to go to work, and then he go very discouraged. He go to work very discouraged every day. Until something happens that changes everything. What happens? He met a girl, yes, everything changed. Now he goes very excited to work because he's going to talk to her, right? So the message of this movie, I think it is nobody wants to be alone. Do you agree? Do you think this message is true or false? No? I think it's true. All right, so let's go over a few questions here. Okay, this is the first one. What happens in this story? Can you describe in your own word what happens in this story? Anyone? For example, you can give me a very short answer like this. This is a suggested answer. Two lonely officers, workers connect by writing signs across buildings and eventually met. Very short, and this is what happened. Two lonely people, they met. Right? Okay, next question. How do the two characters communicate without speaking? Signs, written messages, right? So good. So by holding and written signs through their windows. Okay, next question. What signs or gestures stood out to you the most? What gestures or signs stood out? Stood out means call your, I think is the nicest message. Which one do you like it more? Something like that. For example, I think you just suggested this, right? Hello, playful words like jokes, define invitation to peace. But which one do you? It's not about peace. Which one do you like more? Which one do you find interesting? Are they playing games? Are they talking about jokes? Or what? You want to say something? Which one do you like more? Good message. Stood out. Chess. Okay, it's a tic-tac-toe game, right? Not chess. But for me, it was the jokes. The jokes were funnier than other messages. All right. Okay, now I'll talk about interpretation and feelings. How do you think each other character feels at the beginning of the film and in the end? So how do they feel in the beginning? We talked about this one already. How do they feel in the beginning? Huh? Discouraged, lonely, sad, right? So how do they feel at the end? Happy, excited, right? So there's a change of feeling, right? At first, lonely and isolated. By the end, hopeful, happy, connected. Okay, question number 2. Why do you think the director choose not to use spoken dialogue? Why do you think the director chose not to use spoken dialogue? Most of the movie, there is no dialogue. So why? Why? I could show this movie anywhere, right? I could show my country, Portuguese. I could show Greek Chinese. I could show everywhere. They would understand because there is no spoken language, right? So body language is universal. It's universal. If I'm walking like this guy is discouraged. This guy is not happy. I don't need to say anything, right? I think everyone in the world will know this guy is, I don't know, having a bad day. But if I come here, they're chatting, oh, this guy is excited. I don't need to say anything. So maybe he wants this movie to be, I don't know, go everywhere, people understand it without language, right? Alright. So suggested answer, emphasizing personal communication, show emotions without the language of the others. For example, one reason your final exam has those things, right? Eye contact, gestures, body language, right? Is it because this is universal? If you're going to go for a job interview one day, how do you think your job interview will be if you enter in a room like this to do your interview? So how do you think the interviewer is going to think of you? I will not hire him. Even before you say one word, he's not going to like you already. So your chance of being hired is going to get down. Even before you say a word. So that's how important it is. Right? So if you go on a job interview, try to get into class like this, right? Look in the eye of the person who's going to interview you, give a smile, right? Be energetic, use some gestures. He's going to like you anymore before you say one word. This is more important than anything. As a teacher, I noticed this, right? So my first day of class, I tried to dress okay, right? With a tie, and then I tried to come here, look in your eyes, give a smile, be energetic. You're going to like me more because I'm doing those things. That's for sure. All right. So let's move on to the next one. What message do you think the film is trying to share about human connection? What message? Anyone? Tell me something. What do you think the movie is trying to share? What's the message? What the message do you think the film is trying to share? Response. Nobody wants to be alone, right? Do you believe it? Do you want to be alone in your life? So that is one thing that strikes me, right? Because this is happening all over the world. People are not getting married anymore anywhere. So the fertility rate of most countries are declining. Especially here in China. For example, when China starts to shrink, China is not growing anymore. My country is still growing, but lower, and then one day it's going to start declining as well. Japan is declining. Korea, very close here in China, is the lowest fertility rate around the world, 0.7. For example, if a couple, so you know what, for example, 2.1 is the fertility rate that a country needs to have to replace themselves. For example, if a couple, two people, have 2 kids, when they die, they're replaced by 2 kids, right? If they have less than 2 kids, it means the population is getting smaller. If they have more than 2 kids, the population is growing. So, for example, China a few years ago starts shrinking, declining. So it means that the fertility rate is less than 2.1. My country is a little bit more than 2.1, so the population is still growing, right? So this is a very serious problem because a lot of governments, they're worried, we have no more people, right? So what's going to happen to industries and things? They're going to start shrinking. I watched a documentary about Japan. So, for example, where places where they have schools, a lot of small countries. Now a lot of people are moving away, they're dying. The schools are closing, stores are closing. They're kind of, this is not good, right? So, that's a concerning one. All right. And, okay, let's move on. Any comments? All right. So, small gestures create meaningful connection. Okay, what message? Right? So, the small gestures. Okay, this is the one way to answer the question for the field. Okay, language and expression. If you are one of the characters, what words would you write in your songs? If you are one of the characters in the movie, so would you write something different? Would you write, would you ask her, can you give me your number? So do you have a chat? Right, maybe? Better than, for example, when he saw that she's not in the room anymore, I lost her. So he becomes sad again, right? If he asked her number before, he wouldn't be sad, right? So maybe you would want to write something different, like hi, how are you? Want to grab a coffee? Nice to meet you, right? All right. Number 2, can you think of alternative ways they could have communicated? So what other ways they could have communicated? Huh? What other ways? So they use a paper, writing something, right? What else could they have done? Email, social media, they call each other, phone number, right? So what else? So I'll put it in there. Email, text message, phone call, even drawing pictures. They did draw some pictures, right? Yes, okay. How would you describe the film in 3 adjectives? So how, for example, how do you think of this short movie in 3 words, 3 adjectives? Before I show you mine, I wanted to hear yours. How would you describe it? First of all, do you like it, this movie? Do you like it or not like it? Okay, so, if you like it, what are the adjectives that you can say about this movie that shows that you like the movie? Very interesting. Interesting. What else? What else can you say? Interesting. Huh? Fascinating. Huh? Your guys are not talking too much. For example, these are not heartwarming, simple, and romantic. That's my three adjectives. Right? You could say fascinating, beautiful, interesting, right? Alright, this is the last topic there. Broader reflection. Do you think this kind of silent communication could work in real life? And why or why not? Do you think this could work in real life? I think so. I think this kind of communication is more important than speaking words. Alright? So I put my answer here. So yes, to less. Some people often use digital tools instead. So we use a lot of messaging today, right? Instead of talking to people, sending messages or sending emojis, right? So this kind of communication is very common in our world today. How is this story similar to or different from modern online communication? Okay, so let's see this one. Texting, emoji, search people, okay. The last one. What lessons can we learn about relationships and communication from this short film? I think this is the last one. So, do you learn any lessons today watching this movie? You learned anything? Did you learn anything? Yes, we should be brave, right? For example, if you never take action, nothing's going to happen. I remember I came to China 8 years ago. I came here, I love the beach, no problem teaching. But as soon as I go out of the classroom, I feel like lonely. I have no friends here. So I went to canteen eating, and then I sit alone most of the time. Nobody. I want to maybe talk to students, but what if they don't speak English, right? So I feel like that. Maybe I will not cry because I don't know if they speak English. So I spent 6 months feeling lonely in China. Thinking, maybe I should go back to Brazil. Never come back to China because I'm feeling lonely. Like this guy here. I have to go there, no friends here, right? China maybe is not a good country. And then one person tell me, you should change your attitude. Don't expect others to approach you. Go there, be brave. Go there, talk to the students. Right? If they don't speak English, go talk to the next student. If they don't speak English, talk to the next one. You will find someone who can speak English. And then that's the reason. And then I stopped seeing alone. So did you ever saw me in the canteen? I was alone or with a student? Most of it, if I am alone in the canteen, it's because the student finish first and they leave me alone. But I never sit alone. So I always approach the student and we eat together and eat together. No, okay, can we eat together today? Yeah. Oh, so I always find someone who say yes. If somebody say no, I go and ask the next person. My life changed. My life changed. So much so that I'm still here 8 years. I'm still here in China. I love China now. The easiest country to make friends. I love here. I have so many friends. I got invitations to eat together. I got invitations to visit the museum. Sometimes, teacher, we're going out Saturday. You want to come with us? Right? So my life is changing in China. So now I have a question for you. Can you see yourself 30 years from now? Well, you're 20, right? Around 20. So 30 years in the future, you're going to be like me, 50. So do you want to be alone? No family, no kids, alone? In your apartment, alone? So what do you have to do today to make sure that you'll not be alone when you're in my age? What do you have to do to make sure that you will not be alone when you get 50? Huh? What do you have to do today? Any thoughts? Huh? question. For example, I share with the students, I don't know if you believe this or not. Right now, you're living in a unique situation. One day you're going to finish school. You're going to go out to do work. You're going to try to find a job, right? So when you go to a company, people will be older, they will be younger, they will be married, they will have kids, right? But right now, right here, everybody's just like you. Everybody's around 20 years of age, everybody's single, everybody's a university student, right? So easy to meet new people, so easy to make friends. So I have, for example, a few boys, they're kind of, they talk to me, they meet me, and make friends with them, right? And they say, teacher, I want to have a girlfriend. Can you help me? I see you talking to girls all the time. So it's so easy for you. Can you help me? Can you teach me? So I got more than a few students asking me the same question. Why is that? See my point? I tell them, okay, there is no shortcut. You have to be brave like me, right? So do you think, remember 8 years ago, I was in China feeling lonely. Do you think it was easy for me to approach students not knowing if they speak English or not? The first time was not easy. I feel like, what if they say no? The first time someone say no, to for example, I ask them together to say no, the first time is going to hurt you. Oh, she rejected me. What, remember the movie? She saw a girl eating, and then he's smiling, and then she showed something in the trash, and stuff. She didn't smile back, she didn't talk to him. He feels rejected. So the first time someone say no to you, if you're rejected, it hurts you. Okay? Okay, now I have my analogy, okay? So, for example, this is a big university, right? I see a lot of you running around the playground, running above the block. Okay, if we start running, right? What's going to happen to your legs? You never run before, you start running today. So you run one block, how your legs going to feel? Tired, it's going to hurt, right? So when it hurts, what do? You stop. Okay, it's hurting, I'm going to stop running. But what happens if you don't stop running? You run today, you run tomorrow, you run after tomorrow, you run next week, you run next month. What's going to happen to your legs? You're going to stop learning, and it's going to get stronger. You're going to get stronger legs, you run more distance. So the same goes with talking to people. When they reject you, it's going to hurt. But if you keep asking, so hurting you, they say no, it doesn't matter anymore because you're getting used to it, you get stronger, you get some yeses. You're going to become better at talking to other people. So, for example, if you get the fourth hurt, it's 100% rejection. For example, if you're talking to just one people, and they say no, it's 100% rejection. If you talk to 100 people, let's say 10 people say no. So 10 people say no means what? 90 people say yes. Right? So now it's not 100% rejection, it's only 10%. 10% rejection. And you got a lot of yeses. So I still get some no's. A few times I go to talk to students and I say, no, don't speak English. Or they don't speak English. Or they say, this is reserved for my classmate who's coming. Don't sit here. Go somewhere. Sometimes I still get a no. But I get 90 yeses. I make a lot of friends. So when people say no today, I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. I go and talk to the next student. So if you say no, okay, that's your problem. I will be talking to him since he said yes. See the difference? And also, this lesson is very important because do you ever heard this word here before? But this is a very important word here. great, don't worry. But let's talk about this word here first. Do you know what network is? What is a network? Tell me. Yes, tell me in your own words. What do you think a network is? Connection, yes, connection. Getting to know more people, more connection, right? So, for example, network is very important. People who have higher, bigger networks, they're happier and their life is easier. They find jobs easier. They feel less lonely because they know more people, right? So, if you're here, the university is your best chance to increase your network. Okay, for example, tell me where are you from? Go down to this province here, or what city? Jules-Martienne. Yes. Okay, how many people are from Jules-Martienne? One, two? Only two? Yes. Only two, okay. What's your city? Gansu. Okay, how many people are from Gansu? Gansu. One? Only her? Only you? Gansu. Only you. Okay, how many, what's your city? Shandong. How many people are from Shandong? Nobody? Okay, what's your city? Naya. How many people are from Naya? Only you? Oh, two people. Okay. For example, what is my point here? So, for example, you make friends with your classmates, right? So, when they're going to finish school, you're going to go back to your hometown. So, now you know people from Naya, Shandong, Gansu, Jules-Martienne. So, now you know people from other cities, right? Let's say she finds a job. She finds a job first. You're still looking for a job, but she already found, your classmates found a job. Now her company is going to hire another person. And then they ask, well, we need to hire another person. Do you know anyone? For example, what's your major? Here, what's your major? English. Okay, for example, we need to hire someone who is good in English. Do you know anyone? Maybe, remember my classmate. So you call your classmate up. My company's hiring another English person. Do you want to come here and work? So then you say yes, you get your resume to you, and then you go to the human resource. Oh, here's your resume for my friend. If they hire her, they pay you bonus. For example, the more people you know, the better. Right? For example, how do you think I found my job in China? Most people, they send resumes through email. They send email to thousands of companies. They almost get no answer. Maybe one or two companies answer them, but most people don't even get an answer. But if your friend who's already working in that company goes to the human resources, he is my friend, they will call her. Because you're already there in the company. They're going to call your friend. You refer your friend. So your chance of getting a good job, if somebody from inside the company refers you, is higher. So, one day I was talking to a Chinese girl because I want to find people to practice my English. And we talked, we become friends. And one day in the conversation, this Chinese girl said, oh, I am divorced, my life's not going well, I have been living abroad, but I want to go abroad again. And then she said, oh, do you want to come to China? Do you have a teaching experience? And I said, yes, China seems good. So yes, I do have a teaching experience. Oh, maybe you can send your resume to me. I will put in my company. My company is hiring teachers for China. And then I give it to her, and she goes to the human resource. Oh, I have a friend in Brazil. He has an experience teaching. He wants to go abroad again. Give him a call. So they call me, and I'm here. So I found my job through networking. That's the easiest way to find a job today. So, for example, today our last lesson, right? I give you a lot of good things to you today. increasing networking, make more friends, learn English. These three things are going to help you a lot in your whole life. Okay, so let's take a break. Breaks 5 minutes, and then we're going to finish your lesson. So I'll put here 5 minutes, okay? So break time. Okay, 5 minutes. I know you have a chance to look at my website, right? This is how you did your post, right? So you have to look at one of my. Okay, for example, here is I tell this story right here. This is the post we're talking about networking, right? For example, I used to teach a lesson about LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is not working in China anymore. A few years ago it was working. But you can increase your network by any means. It doesn't have to be with the LinkedIn, right? You can increase your network by getting to know more people in the university, using social media as well. But this is the girl that I was talking before. She becomes my friend maybe 3 years before I come to China. So I go to the internet because in Brazil we don't speak English, just like in China. Only few people speak English in Brazil. I wanted to find a few friends that I could practice my English because if I stop speaking English, my English will get worse. So I was back at home in Brazil, wanted to find a few friends that I could practice my English, right? So I go to the internet, start making friends around the world. So I make friends with her. She's a Chinese girl. And then I talked to her. When I saw her, I went, oh, hello, how are you? Right? So what are you doing? Man, how do you learn your English? I got to know her a little bit. And one day, that's the conversation I had with her about. And then she asked me, what are you doing? I want to go abroad again. And where do you want to go? I said, well, I have been to the United States, I have been to Canada. I don't want to go back to the same place. I want to go to a place different. And then she asked me, would you be interested in coming to China? I said, yes. Why not? So why not? And then she said, do you have a teaching experience? I said, yes. Okay, send it to me. I will talk to my human resources. So the reason they hire me is not because I'm better, because I am the front of the line. I am the first to market. So she gave my resume to the human resources. I am in the top position. So they call me first and before they call anybody else. That's why I got hired. So it could be you, right? So that's her. She's still my friend. No more pictures. Okay. So, okay, it's my LinkedIn profile. Alright. Another one that I want you to take a look is this one here. Also in the post. This one here. Have you seen this one here? Have you seen this post? Maybe you should go and take a look. For example, this is a friend for English Corner. This is in June 2018. This is a shy girl who doesn't speak English well. So I went to English Corner. She told me, teacher, I love to learn English. I don't know how. My English is so bad. And she told me about using the chat. Send me a message in Chinese and translated. She wants my help to learn English. So let's take a look here, just for a short moment, okay? For example, a friend's journey, how helping others improve their English led to last friendships. This is English Corner, okay? That day. A lot of people there, right? So I met her in the English Corner. So I told her, okay, I'm new here. I have no friends. You're my first friend. So let's get together Saturday. You don't have to ask Saturday, I don't have to ask Saturday. So let's get together Saturday. Let's eat together in the canteen, right? And then we can talk. I don't speak Chinese, you have to talk English. And then we start getting together every Saturday. So we eat together, we go around campus talking. The first time she was getting together with me, she has to translate everything. Oh, can you see it again? Oh, see in the WeChat, so translate. So she is having to translate everything. But she's getting better. Every Saturday we talk for 3 or 4 hours, and then she's getting better. Better. After 3 months, she didn't need any phone anymore. Right? For example, if she doesn't understand a word, I can explain to her in English. She will understand without the phone. So she became my good friend. For example, we are eating outside of the university. She took me to, for example, this is in the lake, right? So one day she wears a handful. I didn't know what handful handful. I thought this is a handful of very charming Chinese dress, right? So she explained a lot of things about China that I didn't know. So for me to make friends with her was very nice. She told me a lot of things about China that I didn't know. And then she took me outside the university. Because when I go outside, nobody speaks English. Very hard for me. So she was the one speaking Chinese, right? I'm with her, no problem, right? So because of her, I got to know this neighborhood. I went to go outside of the university. She took me to a lot of places that I couldn't go alone. It would be very hard. So see, I have a lot of pictures. We made a good friendship together. She's still my friend today. My life is better because of her. And I suppose that her life is better because of me. She learned a valuable skills that's helping her to have a good job. Right? So if you speak English, you're going to have a better job than people who don't speak English. So that's for sure. Right? So don't be afraid to make friends. This is our last time I saw her. So I was going to get out, move away from YouTube, and then I told her, okay, let's say goodbye to each other. I invited her this theater, just beside the university. We went there together, watched a nice presentation. So I kind of miss her. She's a good friend. So I still have her on WeChat, but I don't see her anymore. But that's a video like 5 years ago. Alright. You can take a look at this post. Very nice. I wish that the same for you, right? Learn a language. Increase your networking while you're here. Because when you go out of university, you're going to know as well. It's not that easy. When I was in university, it was so easy. Because everybody's like me. Everybody's a university student, everybody's single, everybody's my age. When you go out, you're a stranger. For example, right now, if you meet another student, you're not completely stranger because you're a student too. I'm a student here at the same university. You're kind of the same level. But when you go outside the university, you met someone, I don't know you, I don't trust you, right? For example, I can tell you, for me, it's much easier to make friends here because a lot of people, you see inside the university, this guy must be a teacher, right? So you don't know me, but this guy must be a teacher. Well, how will a foreigner would be inside of the university? He has to be a teacher. But outside the university, I'm a stranger. So it's harder. So don't waste your time just getting a degree. Well, it's not wasting, okay? Don't get me wrong. So getting a degree is a good thing. But don't be here just getting a degree. You can do so much more. You can get increase your networking. You can improve your English. You can participate in a lot of volunteer activities. So many nice things. All right. I hope I didn't bore you today because this is outside of the book, right? But this is my the most important thing that I could have tell you. I hope you reflect on this and think about it and maybe, what's your year? It's your second year? So you're still going to be here third and fourth year, right? You still have 2 more years. So it's a long time. You can make the use of your time very wisely, right? Start making more friends. Don't be shy. If they reject you, no problem. Talk to another student. Start making friends. So today, I'm very, it's so easy, right? I love to make friends. So I would go to the canteen and never sit alone because it's so easy to make friends with the students like me. All right. So 9:34, okay, 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, let's do this one here. So
Ruth.
Nobody thought we'd stay together, but we've just had our first wedding anniversary and we're very happily married. My mother-in-law hasn't spoken to us since the day we got married. That's the good news. No, actually we're so upset about it that we've decided to move away from our hometown. It's not just because of Bill's mother, but the whole town knows about the competition. We've been trying to live a normal life, but we can't walk down the street without people staring at us. Some people have even shouted horrible...
Okay, so we need to remember their last class, right? So last class we stopped here. We listened to the Bill story, right? And then we listened to the Claire story. This is how they met, right? So this is how they met each other. And now the question is, 1 year later, what happened? So that's what we listen right now. What happened 1 year later? So let's make a review. Right? So this one is.
Hey,
How did you get that black eye?
I was playing cricket yesterday and the ball hit me in the face. 1,
You'd better put a bag of ice on it.
2,
You need to drink more water.
Unit 3, Ruth.
Nobody thought we'd stay together, but we've just had our first wedding anniversary and we're very happily married. My mother-in-law hasn't spoken to us since the day we got married. That's the good news. No, actually, we're so upset about it that we've decided to move away from our hometown. It's not just because of Bill's mother, but the whole town knows about the competition. We've been trying to live a normal life, but we can't walk down the street without people staring at us. Some people have even shouted horrible things, and the tabloid press have made our lives hell. They've been waiting for us to split up so that they can get a story, but it isn't going to happen. We've been together for a year now, and we've been planning a big party to celebrate. Only this time, we're not inviting the press. Just our closest friends, the ones who have been there for us from the start.
Okay, do you remember how did the Roots met? Met with the Roots and what's the name of the partner? Bill and Ruth, right? Bill and Ruth. You remember how they met? For example, we talk about would they stay together. So now we listen to this clip. This is 1 year later. So they didn't stay together, yes or no? For example, here, Bill was in love at first sight for Ruth and me. So which was lucky because we met for the first time in our wedding day. A radio station was running a competition called To Spin. So these people here, they met on the wedding day. So remember, we talked about this, right? What are the chances they would stay together? So if you met somebody on the first day, you never met him before, and you married the same day, is there a high chance of staying together or low chances? Low chances, right? So here's for example, they met the first time on a wedding day. That's not good. People who usually met in the first day and married the same day, they did not stay together. Maybe 1 in 100 people do that, stay together, right? For example, Claire has more chance of staying together. Remember, Claire, they have a lot in common. They have a similar sense of humor. Claire finds the stuff interesting, funny. They find each other easy to talk to. So a lot of good things in their relationship. So we thought, our prediction was that Claire has a higher chance of staying together than Ruth has. But now we listen to a clip about Ruth, right? So what does the clip tell you? If they stay together, yes or no? So let's listen again.
Unit 3, Ruth.
Nobody thought, but we've just had our first wedding anniversary and we're very happily married. My mother-in-law hasn't spoken.
So what is she saying? Nobody thought that we would stay together because they met and married the same day. That's not a very high chance of staying together. But 1 year later, we're still together, right? So they say, oh, we're still married, we're still happy. right? So that's what's happening. So the answer is, so here's the answer, right? So the answer for this one is, there. For example, listen to Ruth and Claire, right? So we're going to listen to Ruth right now, talking about the relationship 1 year later. So which relationship didn't work out and why? For example, now we listen to the first part. They're still together, okay? So why did they work out? Why did they stay together? Why?
To us since the day we got married. That's the good news. No, actually, we're so upset about it that we've decided to move away from our hometown. It's not just because of Bill's mother, but the whole town knows about the competition. We've been trying to live a normal life, but we can't walk down the street without people staring at us. Some people have even shouted horrible things, and the tabloid press have made our lives hell. They've been waiting for us to split up so that they can get a story, but it isn't going to happen. We've been together for a year now, and we've been planning a big party to celebrate. Only this time, we're not inviting the press. Just our closest friends, the ones who have been there for us from the start.
Okay. How would you answer? For example, you know that they stay together. So why? Why do you think they stay together? What is your opinion? It doesn't necessarily have to be in the clip. Maybe, okay, I think this is why they stay together. It doesn't have to be in the clip. But why do you think they stay together? Probably they like each other, right? For example, if you start meeting people, right? So you have to find out somebody that you like to marry, right? But if you met someone the same day and met someone and married the same day, the chances of finding somebody like is low, but it's not impossible. So maybe she's the 1 in 100 who was lucky enough to find somebody she likes it. But maybe other 99 people, if they marry the same day, they probably want to do a bad decision. Alright? So now let's listen to the next person. This is the 21. Now we're going to be listening to Claire. So Claire, 21.
Claire.
So it was about a year ago that I went to meet Stan at the airport. I felt really nervous, but I couldn't wait to meet him. I spotted him immediately. He looked just like his photo. Over the next week or so, we got on really well and enjoyed one another's company. But unfortunately, the relationship didn't work out. There was no real spark. In the end, we knew we weren't attracted to each other, and we both agreed that we should just be friends. We stayed in touch for a while when he went back to Canada, but then he met someone, and I haven't heard from him since they got married. I'm still looking for Mr. Right.
Okay, so what happened to the Claire relationship? Did they stay together? Huh? Did they stay together? Huh? Yes?
Claire.
So it was about a year ago that I went to meet Stan at the airport. I felt really nervous, but I couldn't wait to meet him. I spotted him immediately. He looked just like his photo. Over the next week or so, we got on really well and enjoyed one another's company. But unfortunately, the relationship didn't work out. There was no real...
Unfortunately, the relationship didn't work out. So it didn't work out. So they split, right? So they split, what happened?
spark. In the end, we knew we weren't attracted to each other, and we both agreed that we should just be friends. We stayed in touch for a while when he went back to Canada, but then he met someone.
So he went back to Canada. We split. We're still friends, but we split. He went back to Canada, and now, for example, she said here, he already got married to someone else. But for example, the people that cut out, they have more chances of getting work this relationship. They were the ones who split. And Ruth was a low chance of making work. She was the one who made it work. So sometimes we get not what we're going to think is going to happen, right? But sometimes we're going to think this is going to happen, it doesn't happen. So here's a situation where the high chances didn't happen and the low chances actually did happen, right? All right, so I put some where relationship didn't work because after they met, they realized that they weren't attracting each other. So where didn't work? Okay, work with a partner. What do you think are the secrets of successful relationships? So before I show you my answer, I want you to tell me, what are the secrets of a successful relationship? Because I talk to a lot of students, right? So here in China, in my country too, people don't want to get married anymore. And I hear a lot of girls, students like you tell me, I don't know if the boy is a good person. Maybe he's going to cheat on me. I don't know, I'm afraid to get married. And then they feel like, I don't know, I'm not going to get married because it would be better to be alone than to marry somebody who's going to cheat on me, who's going to betray me. Okay, so then what are the secrets of making a relationship work? What is your opinion? Huh? Loyal, yes, loyal. How would you know that somebody's loyal? That's a big question. Yes, for example, most people tell me that, I want to find a loyal person. How do you know if somebody's loyal? For example, if you met the person one day and married the same day, you don't know if the person is loyal, right? That's why, for example, Ruth has a low chance of making it work because she doesn't know if her partner is loyal. For example, Claire, he knows for a long. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, let's go back to the question. How would you know if somebody's loyal? Anyone? You guys want to help her? Anyone? I want to make an analogy. Do you know analogy? Analogy, I'm going to tell you a story that we're going to use to answer this question, okay? So I worked in China for 8 years, right? I had students in the front class, they participate, like you answer a lot of questions, right? So you kind of engage in the classroom. For example, you come on time, you do the homework, you participate in class. But I also have another students. I'm not saying that you guys do, right? They come late, they sit them back in the class, they play games on their phone all the time, they don't pay attention to class, right? So if you have to make a prediction, what kind of students will be successful in life? Those who are good ones, on time, make homework, study hard, or those who are lazy, playing games, don't pay attention? Which one will be more successful? Which one? Huh? Yes, the first one, the former, right? The ones who study hard. Okay, now let's bring this analogy to the question, okay? So now you have a boyfriend that is respecting you, he's supporting you, he never lied to you, he never hit you. Now we have another kind of boyfriend. He's lying to you, he's beating you, right? He doesn't care too much about you. So which relationship is going to be good to work out? The first one, right? So that's why you need time today to get you lying to you. The boyfriend is kind of beating you, right? So this is going to get worse after marriage, right? So that's one of my secrets, right? Get to know the person dating, to know the person is a good person, has good moral value, right? So, I want to see the suggested answer. For example, these are qualities that you want to find out chosen a person that you're going to marry, right? So respect, trust, safety, communication, right? Support, consent, quality, boundaries, independence. These are kind of good qualities that you want to find in a partner. So now I have a question. Would you find a perfect person? Would you find a perfect person? Nobody's perfect, not even you. So don't look for perfection. Look for good people, not perfect people. So if you start a relationship, you have to remember, you have to maybe forgive them sometimes. You have to forgive them sometimes, right? And that's a secret for a good relationship. You guys agree with me? So for those boys who are asking me for help with a girlfriend, I start teaching them how to be brave, right? Go and talk to girls, be rejected. So be able to make more friends. And they one day will find a girlfriend. And for the girls who talk to me, I don't know, the boy's a good boy. I tell the story. Start dating. If he's doing something bad, drop him. Find somebody who doesn't. Find somebody who's always honest with you, be a good person. That's a good secret. Nobody wants to stay alone. But I see a lot of people giving up a relationship. That's not good. For example, a lot of people tell me, I'm a teacher, are you married? Where's your family? So I don't know if I told you this, but I'm divorced, right? My wife, 10 years ago, she said to me, I want to divorce you. I didn't know why. I said, no, let's stay together. And she said, no, I want to divorce you. I said, no, let's work out our problems. Let's do a therapy, whatever. But she said no. So I tried to convince her, but I couldn't. And then one day, okay, she signed a divorce paper and she runs away to marry another man. Now she's in the United States, married to another man. Okay? So nothing is 100% guaranteed. Right? So I want to marry a good girl, we respect each other, we have those things, right? But nothing is 100% guaranteed. I'm not saying that if you do everything right, you're going to be successful. Sometimes an unlucky one, right? So it's going to be like, hey, but if you do the things correctly, most of the time you will be successful. But you don't have to be prepared, right? Because sometimes lucky is against you. In my case, luck is against me. But I'm not too bad right now. So I was depressed for the first 2 years, but I got bad. Come here in China, I have an amazing experience. My life is so much better. Alright, so what time do we still have here? Okay, still have 10 more minutes. Alright. Okay, let's try to do this. Vocabulary completes the statements with the words from the box. You have the words dating, dreams, love. The first one's done for you, right? I don't believe in love at first. So there's another word here. Which one of those? So I want you to complete. So I'll give you 1 minute. Less than 1 minute. Go ahead. Okay, let's start here. So I don't believe in love at first. The word is correct, but you say sight. Love at first sight. Online dating. Online dating is the best way to find a new partner. Okay, see, a man should propose to a woman. It isn't natural for a woman to ask a man to marry her. Okay, D. Marriage is more likely to succeed if both partners have relationships before getting married. Okay, D. So people don't usually marry the man or woman of Couples soon split up and go their separate ways if they don't have anything in common. Now I have a second one here, exercise 2, work with a partner. Which statement in exercise 1 do you agree? So do you agree? For example, these are statements, A, B, C are statements. I don't believe in love at first sight. Do you agree with that? Okay, so let's see. Which one do you agree? Do you agree? Tell me what that you agree. For example, everyone is different, okay? Everyone has different beliefs. Well, I agree with number 1, so I don't believe in love at first sight. Online dating is the best way to find a partner. I don't know, maybe not. Because online, you can, it's a lot of fake things online, right? For example, you're talking to someone, maybe they send you pictures, they're not their own pictures. A lot of people send fake pictures on the internet. So I don't agree with you. Online is not the best way. So I believe in face-to-face. Okay? So I meet you in person, not online. For example, I believe in C. A man should propose a woman. So maybe in my parents' time, women do not propose a man. Usually are the man proposing. But in today's world, it's kind of everyone, a woman proposes is okay. So this was, I believe in this one 50 years ago. Letter C is okay 50 years ago, I don't know, 30 years ago. D, a marriage is more likely to succeed if both partners have a relationship before getting married. It depends. What do they mean by relationship? So dating is okay. But I don't believe in sex before marriage. That's my opinion. I'm old school. But today, people date stick together. I don't know. But in my point of view, I only sleep with someone after marriage. That's letter D for me. Letter E. People don't usually marry the man or woman of their dreams. I don't know. Maybe I don't know this one. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You have to really have it. Like as couples soon split up and go their separate ways if they don't have anything in common. Yes, I agree with. So I agree with A, and I agree with F. That's me. Okay. So tell me one that you agree. Which one do you agree? Huh? C. A man should propose a woman. Okay. So tell me one that you agree. Just one. Tell me just one that you agree. Okay, that one that you agree. F. So couples soon split up. Okay, your turn. Tell me one that you agree. D. So people don't usually marry a woman of their dreams. All right. So what time do we have it? Okay, I want to show you something. Let's see here. Have you seen this one? This post here? I want to show you this graph here. Okay. a book, and they have this graphic in the book. I don't know if you're going to agree or not, but this is the argument, okay? So here in the thing, you have the women's, and here is in the blue, you have the men's, okay? So usually when a student want to talk to me about relationship, my advice is based on this graph here, okay? For example, I usually ask two questions before I talk about this. The question is, for example, if I ask a girl, so if you want to get married for a boy, what does the boy have to have for you to marry him? What's the most important thing? Huh? Sincerity. Okay. But the most common answer I get from the girls is that the boy has to have a financial stability. So they usually the girls want the boy to have a good job. They want him to have a car, house, right? If he's rich, is even better. So that's the most important thing. I don't mean that, okay, if he's also have a good job, but also sincere is okay too. But if I ask a man, so what would the man tell me? For example, if I ask a man, what does the girl has to have for you to marry her? Is it the same answer that I got from the girl? What do you think? Is the man answer different? Huh? What do you think? Usually, yes, the man's answer are different. Usually, what men are looking at a girl, what is it? Yes, they look at cute, pretty, young, beautiful girl, yes. So that's the most common, okay? Most common answer. Usually from the man, they want to marry a cute, pretty, young girl. And from the girl, they want to have a man who's financially stable. So look at this graphic here, right? So a woman is usually pretty, cute, and beautiful when she's young, like at 20 years of age. For example, here's the age, right? 15, 20. So around 20, 23, the woman has a high value. She's cute, pretty, and young. But as the time goes by, she's getting old. Her value starts to decreasing. But now, the men at 20, they have no job. You don't have university degree, you have no job, you have no car, no nothing. Yes, the man at 20 is a low value. But as he finishes graduation, he's a value. He's going to find a job, he starts making money. So man is a good, high value at around 35 years of age. So when students talk to me, the advice I give is like this. You can wait. So if you finish university, find a good job, your chances are going to be better with girls when you're 35. Right now, you have no job, no university yet, so you're low value. So it's hard for a boy to find a girlfriend right now. But for a girl, right now, you are high value. You're young, pretty, and cute. So if I give advice to a girl, you want to get married, now is your time to find a good boyfriend. Because if you wait, it's going to be harder and harder. Do you understand that? Do you agree with this? That's my reasoning, okay? I'm not saying that girls should not get a university degree. But I'm saying that if you only postpone, later I'll get it. It's going to be harder. You don't have to believe me. Talk to old people. Go to the canteen, they're unemployed, right? Sweeping the floor, cookers, they're old people. If they're single, ask them. How is life being alone? Is it easy to find them? Okay. That's it for today. See you next class for the oral exam. Don't forget, okay? All right. Bye-bye. This is the attendance list. You have to sign up. Okay? You guys want to start? We don't have to wait because, for example, you can be in class if you're silent because you're going to be watching the presentation back here. Because if you want to go out, the door is open. So I'll be following the list here. We're going to start with the person, but we can start with you guys now. You want to start? If you give your presentation, you can go home. No need to stay here because we just will be watching the presentation. Does anyone wants to start? We can start. For example, you're going to be here, right? Giving a presentation to me here. I'll be sitting there. I'll be recording here, right? Recording. Right? So you'll be here. So if the others, if you guys want to stay and watch, you're okay. But if you want to just give your presentation and go home, it's up to you. Okay? And then next class is the written exam. So is it number 1 is here, like Jiang Zi? Is it number 44, 71? You want to start? Yes? You want to start? Huh? Okay. So number 01 is here. Is it 1 here? You want to start? Huh? Wait, number 3. Are you here? Number 3. No? Number 5. Do you want to start? No. 7, 5, 6. 6. 6 not here. Do you want to start? Do you want to start? Okay. Okay, come on. So the only thing I'll be asking you to be silent. Okay? If you want to talk, go outside. Alright? So there's no need for you to stay in classroom talking to each other, because I want the silent environment for this person to speak here, okay? So do you want to start? You can come. No? Yes? So there will be no breaks today. The bell rings, no break, right? Because I'll be here doing the exam. As soon as you give your presentation, you can go home or stay if you wanted to. So your number is, sorry, that's my glasses. So again, what's your number again? What is your number again? 7.
Yeah.
1 Julia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, you can start.
Good morning, dear teacher and classmates. Today, I'd like to share my view of our school English corner. First of all, I truly think the English corner is a warm and fantastic place for all of us. Unlike boring classroom tools, it gives us a totally relaxed environment to practice our English freely. We don't need to be afraid of making mistakes here. Besides practicing language, this activity also brings us real sincere friends. Everyone here loves English, so we always have lots to talk about. The teachers are super patient. They will guide us gently whenever we get stuck. The whole atmosphere is friendly and full of joy. Every time we meet, for myself, I got huge progress. Before joining it, I was too shy to open my mouth. Now I'm much more confident. To communicate with others, and my speaking skills have become way better. To me, the English for me then simple language activity. It has become a precious part of my school life. If you want to polish your English and broaden your horizons, don't miss your great chance. That's all of my review. Thank you for your listening.
Okay. No. You have one random question. You didn't finish. I will ask you one random question. Okay. All right. So your random question is: if you could be any animal for one day, which one do you choose and why?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me why. Very cute. And you want what?
I want to give it.
You want what?
I want no, because I think only it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Yes, you're done. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so you see, I will after the presentation, I'll be asking you one random question. Okay. So the idea here is for you to tell me your answer and tell me why did you answer that way. For example, I asked her, what animal would you like to be? She said cat. Why? Because it's cute. That's not a good answer. For example, it's cute because I had one when I was a child. I love cats. So give me a little bit of a bigger answer instead of just one word answer, okay? For example, yes, I would like to be a cat because cat is well treated, they don't have to work for food. Tell me something about it, okay? Instead of just one word answer, okay? All right, so the next person, so for example, let's start here. Is it 44? Xian Zi, do you want to do now? Okay, okay.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to share my thoughts on Professor Gamel's blog, Image as a Life and Cultures. Truly inspired by his stories of living in Brazil, being China as a Brazilian. I encourage
This way, for the okay. Okay, you can continue.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to share my thoughts on Professor Gamel's blog, Image as English as a life across cultures. After reading it, I was truly inspired by his stories of living in China as Brazilian, relying entirely on English daily life. And the similar story was an English speaking
Don't worry. Just keep going. Don't worry.
Expat living in Brazil without Portuguese. These two stories showed me how English acts as a universal phrase that transcends linguistic and cultural barriers, and they have also given me it's completely changed my mind how study English journey. It's remaining the tip that conversation me a lot that English is not use English as a tool to speak to use English as a tool for daily connection, not just academic study. It means that English is not to English is to spoke. English is needed to be spoken, not just command. I used to fear to speak English because I worried about making mistakes, but his imperfect connections showed me the errors are part of learning, and the communication is not perfection. Is no perfection. I always inspired by his teaching. Learning English is more than getting good grades. It brings me new experience, friendship, wider vision. That's more important for me. Now I see English as a warm bond linking people, and I will keep studying English and build a conversation before my daytime. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, so your random question is, if you had a time machine, would you go to see the past or the future? And tell me why.
The answer again.
For example, if you have a time machine, okay, so you would like to visit the past or you go to visit the future?
Past.
Why?
Past. I think in my past time I have many failure, and I think if I could go back that time, I will try many different ways to build a better me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next person is 1101, Young Ming Wing. Is it here? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it he here? Okay. So Young, how do you say your name? Young Ming Wing?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, teacher. Today I will share with my own English learning journey. As we all know, learning English has a lot of ways, such as listening English songs and watching English movies. But my favorite technique is using English as a bridge for communication, not just for exams. This method works because it shapes my focus from perfection for expression, making me braver to speak. I once feared talking to foreigners and worried about making mistakes. A blog taught me that language real power is connect, helping me overcome my anxiety. So English is a life changer, not just a subject. Compared with textbooks, these strategies are life-based. They link learning to real opportunities, making them unique and effective. English matters greatly in my life. It opens doors to better jobs, global friendships, and wider horizons. My future goal is to speak smoothly in international settings. I will keep practicing daily communication and using the confidence building skills. Finally, to my classmates, keep going. English is not hard. It's your key to the world. Stay consistent, be brave, and never give up. Your effort will shape your future. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, your question is, What is the one thing that you take to a desert island?
Please again.
Okay, for example, you're going to stay in a desert island. What is the one thing that you're going to bring with you? And why?
Because when
So what is the one thing that you're going to bring with you? What's the one thing that you're going to bring with you? Yes, you're going to bring water, you're going to bring a headlight. What is the one thing that you're going to bring to stay with you in a desert island, and why? Why do you bring that thing with you? So what do you bring with you? Like a matches, a shoe, water, a computer. What do you bring with you in a desert island, and why do you bring that?
I always bring. I just bring my phone.
Your phone. Why?
Because a phone is useful and you can use it take phone to somebody you want and the games to relax and use it to study.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, next is gonna be 1103, Lee E. K. Huh? Yeah, I can start. Yeah.
Good morning, teacher. Today I'd like to talk about how learning English helps us build cross-communication skills. As a student majoring in international Chinese education, I started taking classes with foreign instructors this semester. He once shared his story about English, which inspired me most. He said, English is more than just a language. It's an indispensable tool to understand and connect with the world. Reading on translation tools and speak English confidently by yourself are totally different. One is just a basic communication, but the other shows your ability to embrace the world. With globalization developing fast, cross-cultural communication has become more important for us college students. And what we do, what we need to do is English. English is the key to that. It helps us break through cultural barriers, open up our minds, and appreciate different cultures. What's more, good English skills give us a competitive advantage in our future careers, especially when dealing with cross-border work. Okay, in short, English is not just a subject to study. It's a bridge to the world. It helps us grow both personally and professionally. As college students, we should take more time to practice our English and take part in more international activities to improve our communication ability. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Your random question is, if you could trade places with your teacher, what would you do?
Take place with my teacher. Maybe a restaurant. I like eating. Yes. No matter what.
For example, if I become the student, you become the teacher. So what would you do as a teacher?
As a teacher.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Trade places with your teacher. So you become a teacher, and I'll become a student for one day. So what would you do with that?
I will maybe conversation with the student and learn what he thought and what he want to do in the future, like his career, like his love and anything. I think it's very interesting to learn my students' whole life and his thoughts.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. So one thing, I see a conversation here, right? I don't mind if you wanna guys, you wanna talk, you go outside. But if you wanna stay here, be silent. Or maybe, for example, stay here in the back of the class. But I don't want you to bother the people who are presenting. For example, today there will be no class. You can sit here, far away from me, so I don't hear you bothering the presentation. So come and sit here. You understand? Or maybe outside of class. So for example, you give a presentation, you can go home if you want to do, but you're welcome to stay to watch the other people presenting, okay? So if you present and you want to go home, that's okay. And if you're going to stay here, be silent. If you want to talk here in the back of the class or maybe outside, okay? Okay, the next person now is Li Shen, 1105. Who is Li Shen? Okay.
Hello teacher, this is my comment. I want to focus about the campus value project. After reading the couple, I'm deeply impressed by the creative and meaningful activity. So share my thoughts with you. This spiritual creativity has brought many changes to students. The short videos, introducing every corner in Henan University of Engineering, including quite like Zoom, and so on. Those values the videos record the real campus lab and those works record only campus lab and show our school Chap from teacher's eyes. While making videos, students can practice their oral English and improve creative thinking. They also learn competitive and communicate well with team leaders during the whole process. This activity was initiated by an American student. The videos have been posted on YouTube and other platforms, spreading our campus culture to the whole world and building a bridge to cross-cultural communication. In short, the activity is really fantastic and valuable. it combines language learning and cultural communication perfectly. I hope we can have more similarly interesting activities in the future.
Okay. So your random question is, what's the best thing to do on a rainy day?
I like writing. Because I like I like to write something. Many book it can make my broad is wealth and my friends can have more talk with me.
Okay, that's it? Okay, thank you. Okay, now number 1106, Yuan Jing.
I'd like to share my review of very meaningful post called Overcoming Channels, the importance of speaking loudly. This blog discusses a very important and practical topic, overcoming channels by speaking at an appropriate volume. It tells us that community life but many people feel nervous and indifferent because of channels. The writer explains clearly that speaking too softly that make it difficult for others to hear us, and our opinions may be ignored. Speaking too loudly, however, can be important. Only a proper voice volume helps us communicate effectively and build confidence. The passenger is well scheduled and full of encouragement. It uses personal experience and rich funding to support its ideas, making it persuasive and easy to understand. This article has greatly influenced me. I used to be a shy student. I was afraid to speak in class and always spoke in a low voice. When teacher asked me questions, I often spoke so quietly that my classmates could not hear me clearly. I was worried about being laughed at, so I preferred to keep silent. As a result, I suddenly expressed my thoughts and missed many changes to communication with others. After reading the article, I realized that my role was making my channels even worse. I decided to change this. I started practicing speak loudly and clearly in daily life. I tried to raise my voice loudly and express my confidence freely. At first, I still feel nervous, but I keep trying. Gradually, I made great progress. When I spoke at a proper volume, my classmates and teachers listened to me clearly. I reached more encouragement and became more confident. I'm no longer as shy as before, and I am more willing to share my ideas in public. This blog is not only important but also inspired. It has helped me realize the importance speaking volume and encouraged me to become a better self. I'm really lucky to have read this article. I think that's all.
Okay. Okay, the question is, what's the best gift you ever received?
I think friend is by hand 就是making
Do you understand? So
Yes,
what's
yes.
the okay.
the best gift is people made many
Tell me something that you received that you did like, that is nice, and why you like it.
I like.
Yeah.
I like. Progression to I like the next gift for me is people by hand or not by 就是not
When people buy what?
not by 就是
No.
by hand
By hand. They do something by hand and give it to you.
对 and this
So
I
they don't
think-
buy in the store. They do something by hand.
yeah.
Okay.
This is I think it's a nice gift because they use this time to
They use their own time to do it.
对
So it comes from their heart, not from the store. It comes from their heart.
yeah.
They did something. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right, please don't forget to sign the attendance, right? Those of you who came before I started. So there's attendance in the table there. Okay, next person is 1108. Okay, don't forget to sign the attendance before you go home.
Good morning. What I want to talk about here is a learning method, my experience of it. First, we should know that English is a language used in many places. It can help us improve our learning ability, increase our skills, find better job, and get more chance to grow. So we can see that learning English is very important and useful. So my teacher's English classes, my English has improved a little compared to before. And among the other things, the one that improved me most was the post about the tomato timer study method. This post includes what the tomato timer study method is. It's a simple time management method. And its core is to break time into small work and rest cycles. helping you to study, pronounce, and reduce or procrastination. Its main rules include 1 tomato hammer cannot be split. If you finish the text earlier, use the express tab to go over the material again and strengthen it. If you have an internal interrupt that you want to check in your phone, write it down and deal with it later. Take the text shorter than 1 tomato hammer can be combined together. The tomato hammer study method is easy to understand and very easy to pick up at first. Because of laziness and restlessness, you may find it hard to keep going, but if you can be patient and try a few more times, you will get used to it and master it. And using it for a long time will be when you process. At the beginning, I didn't feel comfortable, but after using it for some time, I found it very good to study, and when I found it is a very good study method that helped me to make more progress than my old way of studying. In my past study and English learning, I often want to finish everything in one time at once and make it be perfect. But it's actually made me learning stuck. After reading the post, I began to change my thinking. Start with small steps, set a 25-minute timer to pronounce on studying, memorizing words or do others. Then rest for 12 or 10 minutes. And then found my learning speed and quickly both improved. However, besides this, I also try other ways to stress my English. For example, I watch some English videos with organizational songs. Try to watch ones with both Chinese and English subtitle or not. And also change the display language of some apps to English. This helps improve and strengthen my English reading and listening skills. I will keep using this active study and mention, and try to find even more sharply ones, hoping to pass the CET4 and CET6 exam before graduation, or even get a higher course. If you meet some difficulty in your study, keep going and try new methods.
Okay. So your random question is, what is your favorite food and why?
My favorite food is pizza.
Pizza?
Because it's very delicious and I didn't often eat it because I eat it not very often, so it's in my memory it will be very difficult, very delicious.
Okay. All right. Thank you. (11:15) Young Julie, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share my thoughts after reading our English teacher's blog about English corner. Their teachers tells us to relax join activities and don't fear make mistakes. My oral English and confidence get much better. I like the idea. Speak to communicate, not for perfect grammar. I was nervous before and afraid of wrong sentence, but now I feel less stressed and open my mouth easily. Books and apps are useful, but the teacher's advice works better in our daily talks. Once I chatted well with a foreign tourist. I will keep practicing English. Dear classmates, don't don't mind making mistakes. Try more and love English learning. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So just a moment. We're running your random question. If you could travel anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go and why?
American. Because it is a British country. And there are many places of tourists. I'm very I want to experience Americans people and place.
Okay. Okay. So you're 11, 16? 16? Yan? Yes? I just want to make sure that you here? Yan? Or like 11, 16?
Yes.
Okay.
Today I like hello everyone. Today I like to share my attitudes about the blog. The Jamaican family brought to the world. The family through English to travel around the world and communicate with foreigners. I have learned a lot from the blog. First, I changed my way of studying English. I have changed my way of studying English. In the past, I learned studying English just for exam. Now, I know English should be used in real life. Second, I'm not afraid of speak English. Their story tells us practice makes perfect. Third, I know that English is a bridge between different cultures. It can help us learn more about different cultures and broaden our horizon. All in all, I will practice English every day. I hope English can be my key to see the world, just like a Jamaican family. Thanks for listening.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be? If you could choose a superpower to have, so what superpower would you choose and why?
I will choose to be more stronger.
Stronger, why?
I hope if one day I can be more stronger, I will help more people.
Okay.
I will help more people to give the help and make the world to make the world more happy.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, 11:17. Yang Shiling. Yes? Yang Shiling?
Yes. Hi teacher and everyone. Today I want to talk about a shared turning point in my English learning journey. Recently, I read a post from my teacher about how our brains work. It taught me the importance of focus and consistency. Honestly, applying this hadn't been easy, I have always struggled with speaking, listening, and writing. Mostly because I lacked the courage to leave my comfort zone. But things started to change when I began putting these ideas into practice. I pushed myself, speak up more in class, and practice aloud, and even present in English in front of my peers. Something I used to find terrifying. One quote from the post stuck with me. Progress doesn't come from last minute cramming, but from steady day by day accumulation. It reminded me of the ancient wisdom. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a simple step. Now, I see English not just as a subject, but as a vital tool for future communication. Yes, spoken English is still challenging, but I'm committed to breaking through. I will keep practicing, keep speaking, and embrace this process of gradual improvement, step by step. I will keep moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, your random question is, if you find 100 yuan on the street, what would you do?
Please.
If you find money on the street, like 100 yuan on the sidewalk, so what would you do with the money?
I will wait a minute and see if someone to back to pick it. But if no one, I will pick it to go to police.
Okay, spend money with something. What would you do? Not giving back to the person, not giving to the police. What would you do?
I will ask. I will put it to the commission to do a volunteer.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
(1118) Panju. How do you say? How do you say your name? Panyu. Okay.
And my name is Karen.
1118, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I start right now?
Yeah.
I was deeply inspired by your blog post regarding the sharing English matches our class ideas of collaborative English learning. The most valuable lesson I learned from you is staying optimistic. As an easygoing teacher, you always communicate with students candidly, and I've not struggled much with English learning because my memorize vocabulary and watch foreign TV shows like Breaking Bad to practice. And I especially love your English teaching method to regard life with a camera. And I truly believe English is a universal tool. If we combine fluent English with another skill, we will gain endless possibilities. And your videos connect different cultures and inspire countless learners. They taught me that English learning is a warm shared experience. And I used to be extremely shy to speak with others English. But from your blog, I started regarding daily moments with my roommates. Those wonderful moments helped me become more confident and outgoing. As all the Chinese saying goes, hitting each other is fate. So I hope all my classmates can keep practicing English and stay confident, never give up. So one day we will all speak fluently and embrace the whole world through this language. Thank you for regarding our girls and passing on the joy of the teaching. I'm finished.
Okay. So. If you could eat only one food for a whole week, so what would it be and why?
Rice, because it's the most simple.
That's it? Okay. Okay.
And maybe water anymore.
All right. Thank you.
That's okay.
Okay, next, 1119, Tanjingru. How do you say your name?
Yes, Tanjiro.
Tanjiro, okay.
Hello teacher, I'm Nanting Tanjiro. I have read your blog about winter solstice, dumping activity, and I was deeply moved. I never thought that our simple activity would become such a warm memory for you in China. Seeing you laugh and make dumplings with us, I really feel your love for Chinese culture and our class. I once struggled a lot for learning make dumplings. At the beginning, it's so messy. The records broke easily and building keeps leaking, but I never give up. I learned from my mom and practice over and over. Finally, I made a nice dumplings. It shows me that practice pays off. For us, you are not only a responsible teacher but a close friend. I hope we can make dumplings every winter solstice and let you feel the warmth of Zhengzhou. Welcome to it's a wonderful Chinese culture with us. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So, what's the funniest thing that ever happened to you in school? Funny thing, something funny that happened to you in the school.
Anything?
Yes.
I think my funny thing for me is eat with my friends because I like eat delicious food. For example, after class, I will go to the canteen with my friends to experience many kinds of food.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So the next person is Joe Yung 1120. Joe Yunshan? Is it correct? 1120?
Yes.
How do you say your name?
Zhou Winxian.
Zhou Winxian. Okay.
After reading your book, I'm really enjoying your story about your life and hometown in Brazil. I really you showed so many warm and interesting stories. You showed so many warm and interesting stories with your family and hometown. I could feel your deep love for you hometown and your life. What impressed me most is you still keep learning and improving your study and improving yourself even when you are busy in family and work. You care about our students and care our students and try to be a responsible teacher. I think it's really inspired us. I also like your photos. The photos you post. I think this made your story more lovely and real, more lovely and real. It's nice to see how you balanced your life in China and how you live with family. how you have life with your family in Brazil. Your blogs make me think more about my own. It reminds me to keep study and to thanks for the people around me and to enjoy every single moments. Thank you for your sharing your stories to inspire us your possible activity and love for life that make me think more.
Okay. So, if you could be invisible for one day, what would you do? Invisible. Nobody could see you.
Invisible.
Invisible, yes. What would you do if you become invisible for one day?
I could sleep.
Why?
Because I'm so tired every day.
So what?
Visible, what's mean?
Okay, for example, I can't see you, right? So you're visible. But if you become invisible, nobody could see you. For example, you'll be here in this room, but nobody could see you because you are invisible. For example, you can enter in places, nobody could see you. They don't know you're there because they cannot see you. So if you become invisible, what would you do?
Invisible.
Invisible. Not visible. Do you understand? Invisible means not visible. For example, I don't know, I cannot see you. You're not here, right? Oh, you're here. But see, I cannot see you. Not visible. If you become invisible.
I know. Invisible one day.
Yes, if you become invisible, what would you do?
Look, compare my family and friend.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, 11:21. How do you say your name? Hayula. Okay. 11:21, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think blog is a great example of how to share teaching moments responsibly. I really like how you make it clear and concise. Your goal is just to celebrating the fun of the learning English and inspire others. What I appreciate most is your respect for privacy. I feel you truly understand that everyone has the right to choose whether they want to be on camera. The rules are simple and fair. Respect the choice of others. Protecting people's comfort. respecting personal boundaries and boundaries can make teaching easier and build trust. You are not just teaching English, you are creating a community where everyone feels valued. This article sets a thoughtful example for educators. When celebration and concern go hand in hand, real learning happens. I hope more teachers adopt this desperation practices so students feel empowered to speak up. After all, the best learning environments are built on mutual respect, not just inspiration. It's all.
Okay. So I will ask you the same question from the last person. If you could become invisible for one day, what would you do?
Invisible. I want to sleep.
Okay, I ask you the same thing. Why being invisible would help you sleep? Do you understand what invisible means?
Because I cannot do something.
Okay, what would you do if you're invisible? So what would you do?
Dog.
You wanna walk a dog?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, thank you. Just a moment. So your name is Song Yang 1122. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
After reading this post carefully, I feel its sincerity and warmth. The words are simple but very touching. There are no beautiful expressions but full of true writing. It seems that I have experienced a precious time with the writer. This post is about daily life and true feelings. It is very real and can touch our hearts. It shows that the writer loves life and shares the stories sincerely. Such wonderful stories is very valuable. After reading it, I feel warm and moved. I hope to read more such wonderful and sincere writing like this in the future. That's all.
Okay. So, which one do you like more, summer or winter, and why?
Summer.
Okay, why? Why do you prefer summer?
Can drink ice cream and can I can dress
Okay, alright, thank you. Okay, next person, 1124. Something. How do you say? How do you say your name? Su Mengping. Oh yeah, okay. 1124, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi Professor, I read your blog post English perpetual word and it really touched me. The story about the Jamaican family is a perfect, English is a perfect example. You are a Brazilian living in China, they are Jamaican family living in Brazil. What connects you? Not nationality, not the native language, it's English. You meet them in your church in your hometown. Both of you are living in foreign lives. But English brought you together. This is so powerful. English is like a bridge. Before I saw English as just another school subject, grammar exam and vocabulary. But your story made it feel real. And English opened the door for you as a teacher abroad, and even for you meeting people at home. I see this in my own life too. On TikTok, many travel bloggers speak fluent English. It's their cultural word, and as a student of Chinese international education, it's essential for my new job. So thank you, Professor. Learning English isn't about passing a exam. It's about building a purpose to a larger world. That's all. Thank you.
Do you like more pizza or burger? Which one is better?
Burger.
Why?
Because I eat more, but I never eat pizza.
Why you never eat a pizza?
I don't.
You don't like pizza?
I don't like pizza.
Okay, what is your favorite food? Which is your favorite?
Hamburgers
No, it can be a Chinese food. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food, 麻婆豆腐.
Okay, why?
It's soft and delicious, and I eat more. My family often cook it.
They often cook it?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So 1126, Wei, huh? Okay, Wei Xian? Wei Sichang. Okay.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah, you can start.
Hello, teacher. After reading your blog, dolphins, solstice, and Christmas in China, I would like to share my comments titled Worms in Dolphins and Words. After reading your blog, I feel like staying in the school cottage and making dolphins with everyone. I truly feel the warm culturally joy, and before I read the blog, I just learn English by listening. But now I can tell English story freely. I through the blog, I then it's better to learn English in early activities, and it's easier to remember words when we learn them with happy moments. And I once failed speaking English, and I'm very worried about making mistakes. But now I learned that communication masters more than proficient. So I dare to talk more. English is not only a subject, but also a way to connect with people. Let's keep learning. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, if you could invent a holiday, what it would be about? For example, China has many holidays: Spring Festival, Dragon Boat Festival. So if you could make a new one, a new holiday, what this holiday would be about and why?
I want to have this holiday is just at June 1, and before it's for people, but now I want it for anyone to any people all can enjoy the candy fun.
So right now it's this one. What's the name?
My name.
No, the name of the holiday.
Liu.
So what is it? Liu.
This holiday just for candy before
This is for canteen?
But now I want
Is
to.
it about food?
No.
No? I want to understand what is it about. What is it about? For example, Spring Festival is like a family gets together, right? Dragon Boat Festival, people kind of participate in sports. What is this Liu? What is it?
I want it for people to go home or play with families or play with friends.
Okay.
To enjoy these games fun.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, 11:27. One Zhao Jun.
Okay.
How do you say your name?
Yes.
How do you say? Say it again. Your name.
Yes, Wang Zhaojun.
Huh?
Wang Zhaojun.
Wang Zhaojun.
27, yes.
27. Okay.
Okay, it's my turn now. I will daily touch up the line about the teacher's blog. He really loves staying here and devotes himself to teaching. He has plenty of habits and keeps recording his daily life and true feelings. He also takes an active part in volunteer work and lives a happy life on campus. What moves me most is his self-attitude towards life and students. He cherishes his family and enjoys every ordinary day. He teaches with all his heart and is always willing to help students. I realize that an excellent teacher must learn to learn life first. His spirit encourages me to be more patient and devoted in my future work. I admire his wonderful teaching style as well. He prepares useful study guides and shares popular learning tests. He connects study with real life. I truly understand that learning is an indispensable part of life, and video teaching can make everyone progress first. Okay, thank you. My speech is over.
Okay. Which one do you prefer, cats or dogs, and why?
Cats.
Why cats?
Because it's so cute.
Anything else? Is it more cute than a dog?
Yes. Cat is look beautiful.
Okay.
And can give me relief and happy.
Did you have a cat? Yes?
Yes.
What's the name of your pet?
那个一点点。
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
1128, Lee GIE?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to talk about Matthias reading challenge. I've had trouble with English pronunciation and reading and listen and speaking confidence for a long time. Luckily, this challenge changed my English learning. Its key word is easy, first, listen first, then read. In the past, I learned was only from books and pronounced them wrong. Now I learn character sounds before seeing spellings. I was scared to speak English before for fail or for mistakes. But this listen and repeat with helps me build from basics. I learned the languages real rhythm, not just memorize the words. I suggest this challenge for three reasons. First, the first book is everyone can try it. Second, listening plus reading improves memory and helps remember words easily. Third, better pronunciation makes us brave to talk. I've begun this challenge already. My English fluency gets better. I strongly recommend to all English learners. Thank you for listening.
Okay. If you could swap places with a celebrity for one day, who would it be? For example, if you can trade places with somebody famous, so you become the famous person and the famous person become you. You trade places with a celebrity. So who this would be? Do you understand the question? So the question is, if you could trade places with a celebrity for one day, who would that be? Did you understand the question? For example, do you know Taylor Swift? Do you know Taylor Swift? No? Do you know what celebrity is? Celebrity is a person very famous. So you could trade places. You could become that celebrity. Who would it be? Do you know what celebrity means? Celebrity? Do you guys know celebrity? Who is she is a celebrity?
My favorite
Celebrity.
he is a writer and a singer and a dancer.
Okay, so you trade places with this person. Dancer, writer. So why?
He is very brave and humor. And his talent is I was his talent he's romantic and he is very
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you. Okay, Yang Fei Wen,
Yeah.
11:29. Is it 11:29?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello everyone. As the saying goes, one is never too old to learn. I'm a student major in teaching Chinese as a master English is a great advantage. In my review of my teacher's post, I shared what value works for me. First, learning English is a long-term process. Don't cram the day before a test. Instead, practice a little bit every day. It helps build long-term memories and keeps you motivated. Second, use both focused mode and diffuse mode. When you focus, study grammar and words, but when you feel tired, switch to diffuse mode. An example, watching American show and listen to podcast. You relax, but you still learn. Third, don't be afraid of changes. For me, listening is hard. Listening is very hard. So I watch TV series and listen to podcasts to get used to real pronunciation and rhythm. Finally, improve English is not just for good grades. It opens doors for my future career. I believe with the right method and persistence, we can all go further and steadier on our English learning path. Thanks for listening.
So, do you prefer mornings or evenings? Which one do you like more and why?
I like evening.
Oh, okay, why?
Because for me in the evening, I have many energies to do something, and it can motivate to do studying and working and everything for me.
So have more energy in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now 11:30. Wang. Is that correct? Wang. Is that correct?
Yes.
Huh?
Wang.
Okay, 11:31. Huh?
Start?
Yeah, we can start, yeah.
here is my review.
No? Okay, what? Sorry.
Reflection on English. Sorry. Here is my review. Reflection on English Corner blog. Reading this blog about English Corner. Reading this blog about English Corner has left me with a deep and warm impression. It makes me relax that the English Corner is much more than a simple place for language practice. It is a warm and inclusive. It is a warm and inclusive community that students and teachers communicate sincerity and grow together. From the teacher's experience, I can see how the English Corner gradually become an important part from his life. At first, it was just a part of his work, but later it's become a great activity that he can community with students and make friends. Since he doesn't speak Chinese, the English Corner can become a comfortable bridge to make friends and connect with students. Help him better integrate with complex life. For students, the English Corner. For students, the English Corner can help them break their fear of speak English. Unlike former classes, there is no pressure from exams or subject grammar corrections. This blog shows us a meaning of language connections and communication. The relaxed and friendly environment that not only make us improve our English ability, but also breed our confidence. It tells us learning language can be interesting and joyful, as long as we dare to open our mouths and communicate with others. Thank you.
Okay. If you could implement a school uniform, what it look like? Do you understand? For example, right now the school does not require you to wear a uniform. Yes, for example, high school the students wear the same clothes, uniform. If you could just say this school is now going to have a uniform, so what it would look like? Yes. So for example, what the school uniform would be look like?
I think.
Do you understand? For example, the girls will have to wear a skirt, long skirt. The boys have to wear a hat. What's the uniform would look like?
I think students don't think unique.
So right now, you don't have to wear uniform. You wear normal clothing. But for example, a lot of schools, they require uniform, right? You know uniform?
Which,
Yeah, the students are wearing the same clothes, right? Do you understand? For example, if you have to choose a uniform for this school, so what the uniform would look like?
I think it's blue.
Blue for boys?
Because I.
Blue for everybody?
Yes, yes.
Okay, boys and girls, the same color.
Yes.
Okay, alright. Okay, okay, go ahead, tell me.
I think same color can ban students. Their hours is school. We are family.
Okay, alright, thank you. Okay, Bao Sitong, 1131. Is that correct? Bao Sitong?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, teacher. I just want to say that your blog post about the English corner is really important my heart. I come here is often and it feels like it's the second home to me on campus. What is very meaning post is that is your dedication is over the past 4 years and your push for helping us create such a safe place where we can speak freely without worrying about mistakes and that is boosted my confidence. I used to hesitate so much but now I can express myself openly. I also like this new setup using computers, voice, music, and slide. It makes the learning dynamic and enjoyable. Creative activities makes learning dynamic. But beyond this, language skills, the English corner has been only the Vietnamese studies through their friendships. It is a great to remember that English isn't just subject for example, it's also a great choice for connecting with people. Thank you, teacher, thank you for nursing and beauty and nursing is community. Thank you, teacher.
Do you like surprises or do you prefer plans? Surprise is the one you don't know what's going to happen. It's surprise. You don't know. Surprise. But plan is when you I will plan to do this. I know what ahead, what's going on. So do you like more surprises or more something that you plan about?
I like planning before the things happen. I think a plan let me do it general
Okay, all right, thank you. So now 11:33. How do you say? Huh? Human win. Okay. Human win. Okay.
Hello everyone. Today I want to share the review of this blog from my teacher. Reading the teacher's blog, I'm really happy from the bottom of my heart. Especially I'm happy that you can be able to get well with us students. In my traditional point, most students are not particularly willing to communicate with their teacher about their lives. I'd rather focus more on learning. However, in the teacher's blog, you successfully guide students beyond English, and they start to be willing to ask you some questions about life, relationships, and even their future. You said that teaching English to Chinese students will bring you a sense of mission. Hearing their feedback filled you with deep satisfaction and gave you time in China a profound sense of meaning. But for us students, you are our really guide. Your opinion of the Christmas spirit is to help others, share kindness, and find joy in giving. It reminds me of a sentence written by Gorky. Give always happier than take. And there are so much precious warmth during our journey of learning English. I sincerely hope that every Christmas for you can be full of joy and happiness.
Okay. So which one is better, ice cream in the summer or hot chocolate in the winter?
I prefer ice cream for summer.
Why?
I hate hot, but it's like cool. Ice cream for summer will make me relaxing. But hot chocolate for winter, for me, it's not necessary.
Okay, thank you. 11:34. Lin Xiaonan. Is that correct? Lin Xiaonan. Okay. 11:34, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, dear teacher. I'm glad to share my reflection on the collaborative campus tour blog of Henan University of Engineering. It brings me new ideas on English learning and personal growth. Before taking part in English practice activities, I only mastered textbook knowledge and dare not speak English in real life. The student like video project pushed me out of my comfort zone. As a future carrier of Chinese culture, I take it as my duty to spread our culture worldwide in English. What impresses me most is the focus on realness and teamwork. Instead of memorizing fixed sentences, we express our true feelings about campus freely, making language study vivid and valuable. have truly realized the importance of oral English and cooperation. The project teaches me English is not just for exams, but a bridge to the world. I will keep practicing and strive me to be a confident, fluent English speaker to tell Chinese stories well. Thank you for listening.
So what's the best gift you ever received? Yes, you ever received.
A mirror.
Mirror? Why? Why do you think it's the best?
Because it's my best friend sent me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, the last person, right? So 11:35, Li Yin Han?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, teachers and classmates. The post I chose is about you. Met a Jamaican family in the church. Their excellent English helped them survive in Brazil, which deeply inspired me to reflect on my own language learning. So first, I have realized that speaking is the key. Oral skills were background, but simply opening your mouth, even imperfectly, helps to improve literal ability. Second, I often struggle with my shyness and limited vocabulary, which makes me feel embarrassed. This post reminded me that we must overcome these feelings and speak as much as possible. Finally, we should keep in mind that learning English is a long journey. We will face difficulties along the way, but we also reap the joy of the progress. By learning from the past, our future in English will only grow brighter. Thank you.
Okay. So what's the one thing you would take with you to a desert island? Desert means nobody in that island.
Just one thing?
Yes, what's the most important thing that you take with you to the desert island? Desert island means nobody in that island, just you.
Maybe water,
Okay.
because it's a necessity in life. Because if you don't have water, you can't
Okay.
live the rest of the day.
All right, thank you.
May I?
Yeah. Huh? Yes.
May I? Can I see
The score?
scores?
No, not now. I will, of course, I will share the score soon, but not now. We'll have to do the other. Next week is going to have the written test. After I put them together, I'll let you see everything. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. See you next week. 2, 3, 4.